Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to News Now, Belmont Journal's daily news program. I'm your host, Joanna Tvouvelis, and I have with me two guests, Gladys Unger, who's with the LGBTQ Alliance and Belmont Against Racism, and Leslie Talmadge, who is also with the LGBTQ Alliance. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They're going to talk to us about first the organization. Gladys, why don't you tell us what LGBTQ Alliance is for people who may not be familiar with it?
Are a group of people connected to Belmont Against Racism who are working very hard to educate people about what it means to be LGBTQ and make Belmont a place where all LGBTQ people would be very welcome. And we've been focusing on the students. We've been focusing on seniors. We've been involved with the senior center and just the public in general. Let me just say that the middle school has a fabulous GSA, and they are very committed to learning and being allies to this group of people.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Gladys. Leslie, I know the LGBTQ Alliance is planning a special event in honor of Transgender Visibility Day. But what I would like for you first is to tell us, what is Transgender Visibility Day?
Sure. So it's an annual event that is celebrated on March 31st, and it celebrates transgender people and their contributions to society. And it raises awareness of discrimination faced by LGBTQ people. So we will be honoring prominent activists, athletes, world-renowned musicians, and the like. And it's really a moment to celebrate them. So we had an event in town where we commemorated for the Trans Day of Remembrance, we commemorated the many individuals whose lives, trans individuals whose lives had been taken, murdered, or otherwise. And so this is really a chance to celebrate their lives. So it's a happy occasion.
Is it a nationwide event?
It's an international event. That's a great question.
Okay. Well, Gladys, what are we doing in Belmont in honor of Transgender Visibility Day?
We have a lot of different activities. We have a panel discussion that Leslie can tell you about, and we're putting up signs in the storefronts. The storekeepers have been very welcoming to let us put signs up. And what we're doing is we have posters of 20 trans individuals, and the individuals were chosen by the GSA at the high school and the GSA in the middle school. And as Leslie said, there's just a range of people, a range of nationalities and races. And so we're going to be putting like one individual sign or two in some of the store windows. We're going to have the whole set of individuals arrayed on the Delta Green in Belmont Center, which is in front of the bank on yard signs. And both at the middle school and the high school, they have made a display of these people. Also, we turned this group of individuals, these posters, into a slideshow, and they're going to be shown in the high school on all the media videos, things that they have there, at the senior center. I don't know if it seems to me there are other places, but I don't remember.
And Gladys, by the way, one of the individuals is a local Belmont Hills student. So Rachel Levine was a Belmont Hills student and attended Harvard and Tulane Medical School, and is now, as you know, the U.S. Assistant Secretary of Health. So that's one of the individuals that we are celebrating. And she also has she's the highest ranking transgender official serving in our current administration. So we have some local folks and some international folks. We have an activist and civil rights leader, transgender health advocate, Chastity Bowick, a woman of color. She's the executive director of the Transgender Emergency Fund of Massachusetts, which is a leading organization providing crisis help for transgender individuals in Massachusetts. So we've got some local ties, and please come check out our yard signs.
When are they going to be on display?
We're hoping to be able to put them up on Saturday, and then
Okay,
they'll
so
be,
that's the 26th of
and
March.
they'll run through the 31st, and probably, I don't know.
I think through April 3rd, we have permission to display them.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
I don't know if I could show you one of these. I mean, if you
That would be great.
think it would work.
Yeah.
I guess kind of
So that will be
backwards, I guess.
a yard sign. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has
so
a photo and it says who they are. That's great. That's really great. Now, there is another event on March 31st. Leslie, can you tell us about that?
Sure. So a number of organizations, including the Belmont Public Library, are hosting an event, which is a conversation, trans people who we are. So trans people are just as ordinary and extraordinary as everyone else. And so this will be a chance to hear about, I think, 5 individuals, their different life stories, and a chance to ask them questions. One of the folks, for example, is an architecture student in Illinois. She's Japanese American, Italian American, and trans, non-binary, and agender. But we'll have a facilitated discussion. It's on Zoom. You do need to register in advance. And that's, if you actually go to the belmontpubliclibrary.net/events page, you can register for that. I think we already have about 50 people registered for that event. And once again, it starts at 7 p.m. on Thursday, March 31st.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Thanks for asking that, Joanna. Yeah, just this work is so important in the context of the wave of anti-transgender legislation that we've seen across the states, both in Florida, the Don't Say Gay bill, but also the legislation recently in Texas proposing that we criminalize giving gender affirming care to transgender youth. So this work is important at all times, and especially so right now. So thanks very much.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to News Now, Belmont Journal's daily news program.